Applying mixed numbers. Getting us started, we're going to take a look and change our mixed numbers to improper fractions. This is going to be a very important step when we are multiplying mixed numbers. So 1 2/3, what is that going to equal? It is going to equal 5/3. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Denominator always stays the same. Looking at the next one, it is going to be 87 tenths. 10 times 8 is 80, plus 7 is 87, and our denominator of 10 just stays the same. See, we have 46 sevenths. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 4 is 46. Denominator stays the same. D. 29 eighths. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. 8 stays the same. Looking at our next one, 34 ninths. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 7 is 34. The denominator of 9 stays the same. In 29 fifths, 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 4 is 29. Denominator stays the same. This next part is going to be your math message. It's going to be working on changing your numbers from mixed numbers to improper fraction and back forth. This is going to be very important for your lesson today, so make sure if you're unsure of how to do something that you're taking the time going back into your SRB, looking into other lessons to help you. Let me just change the screen here in just 1 second. All right, it's kind of cut off there a little bit at the top, but if we were going to take a look at 6 times 4 and 3/5, there's 2 different ways that you can multiply fractions. The first one is a little bit more difficult, and then I'll show you the easier way. So first you can think of 4 and 3/5 as 4 plus 3/5. They equal the same exact thing. Now we're going to and we're multiplying that by 6. Now you're going to write the problem as the sum of partial products. So I'm going to do first 6 times 4, and then I'm going to do 6 times 3/5. So 6 times 4 is 24, and then 6 times 3/5, 6 times 3 is 18, 1 times 5 is 5, so 18/5. Now I'm just adding 24 plus 18/5, and then I'm converting this mixed number and so forth. A very difficult way in my eyes, but some of you probably really understand this and it makes sense to you. The other way is to make your numbers into improper fractions. So we always know that 6 is the same as 6 over 1. Remember, whenever we have a whole number, we always put it over 1. Then taking a look at 4 and 3/5, I have to go 5 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 23, and a denominator of 5, so 23/5. Now you're going to rewrite it as a multiplication problem, so 6 over 1 times 23 times 5. Now you should remember the strategy of multiplying fractions is you just multiply straight across. So you do 6 times 23, and that is your numerator, and 1 times 5, which is your denominator. It's going to be very top heavy, and you're going to just have to simplify the problem. So once again, the big idea, and this is probably really important to put into your notes, is getting your mixed number into improper fractions, and then you can multiply straight across. So if we're going to go ahead and take a look at our math journal page here. All right, make sure that you're using your examples to help you. The first part is going to be doing that first part of that. I said it was kind of the tricky way to do it, of using your partial products. The second part is turning it into a mixed number. Remember, this is the one that I highly suggest that you use. It's much easier for a lot of us to understand, but if you do understand this, go ahead and use it. So once again, if I was doing 2 1/3 times 2 1/2, I need to make them both into improper fractions. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, 7/3. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Denominator stays the same, so 5/2. And now I need to multiply straight across. 7 times 5 is 35. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I have to ask myself, how many times does 6 go into 35 without going over? 6 times 5 is 30, and then 5 more would get us to 35. Looking at another example, 3 1/4 times 2/5. Get it into improper fraction first. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Denominator stays the same of 4. 13/4. 2/5 is already, we don't need to do anything to it. So here it is. 13 times 2 is 26. 4 times 5 is 20. So now we have 26 20ths. How many times does 20 go into 26 without going over? 1 time. 1 times 20 is 20. We need to get to 26, so that's 6 more. So 1 6 20ths, which could also be reduced down because they're both even. So dividing each by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So remember, getting it into improper fraction, multiplying straight across, then simplifying. I'm going to give you a second to take a look at some of these problems, and then we will go through them for some practice. Starting out with A, we should have turned 5 3/4 into 23/4. And 2 6 would stay the same. 23 times 2 is 46. Our denominator would be 24. B, multiplying straight across. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 5 is 40. And a neat trick whenever you have zeros, an easy way to simplify is just get rid of them. They can each be divided by 10. So 10 40ths is equal to 1/4. That is the end of the lesson for multiplying fractions. The easiest way to do it, to multiply mixed numbers, is to get them into improper fractions. Okay, so making mixed numbers into improper, then you need to multiply straight across and then reduce. If you listen to those simple steps, you will be successful with multiplying mixed numbers.